Welcome, esteemed gentlemen. A man who follows the crowd will never be followed by a crowd. This quote by Albert Einstein perfectly sums up the essence of the Sigma male. A man who stands outside the usual order, unapologetically detached from social validation. Unlike the simp, who bends over backward to gain approval and affection, the Sigma male walks a different path. He doesn't chase after anyone because why run when you're already ahead? Fact. Studies show that people who are emotionally independent tend to form stronger, more fulfilling relationships. While the simp is busy offering foot massages and desperate text messages, the Sigma male's air of mystery and self-sufficiency draws people in without even trying. But why exactly are Sigma males so immune to the simp trap? Let's dive into 10 bulletproof reasons why they stand apart and above those desperate for validation. Spoiler alert, it's not just about the lone wolf mystique, but the deep, unshakable confidence that comes from not giving a damn. Ready? Let's do this. Number 1. Immune to love, bombing, and gaslighting. Sigma males are immune to manipulation tactics like love bombing and gaslighting because they have a solid grip on who they are. They don't get swept off their feet by someone showering them with excessive affection or fake promises. While most people might get blinded by compliments and fall into the trap, a Sigma male sees straight through it. He knows when someone's pouring it on too thick, and instead of getting flattered, he gets suspicious. It's like they have an internal radar for BS. When someone tries to gaslight a Sigma, twist reality to make him question himself, it just doesn't stick. You can't mess with someone who's anchored in self-awareness. They've spent enough time getting to know themselves that they can't be easily convinced they're wrong or crazy when they know they're not. And let's be honest, anyone who tries to play those mind games with a Sigma is only setting themselves up for failure. It's like trying to scam a mathematician with bad math. It's just not going to work. The Sigma male's ability to stay grounded, no matter how manipulative someone is, makes him nearly untouchable. He sees right through the facade, and anyone trying those tactics will get exposed before they even realize it. At number 2, they don't idolize or worship anyone. Sigma males don't put anyone on a pedestal, no matter who they are. Unlike simps, who tend to idolize people they're attracted to or want approval from, a Sigma male sees everyone as an equal. He's not out here bowing down, thinking someone is above him just because they're attractive, successful, or popular. That's not how he operates. To him, no one is worth losing his self-respect over. If someone walks into a room and everyone else starts fawning over them, the Sigma male is the one guy standing in the corner unimpressed. It's not arrogance. It's just that he doesn't buy into the hype. He's seen enough of human nature to know that everyone has flaws, no matter how perfect they try to appear. So while others are trying to win favor or attention, the Sigma is chilling, comfortable in his own skin, knowing that no one's opinion defines him. This mindset keeps him from slipping into needy or desperate behavior. He's not about to jump through hoops to get someone to like him. Instead, people have to earn his respect. And honestly, that just makes him more attractive, because nothing is more magnetic than someone who refuses to worship at anyone's feet. Number 3, brutally honest in their intentions. Sigma males are brutally honest about what they want, and they don't sugarcoat things to make others feel comfortable. Unlike simps who tiptoe around their desires, afraid of coming on too strong or scaring people away, Sigmas say exactly what they mean and mean what they say. They're not playing any guessing games or trying to subtly win over someone's affection through vague hints. If a Sigma male is interested, you'll know it. There's no ambiguity, no beating around the bush. This level of honesty can be shocking because it's rare in a world where people tend to hide behind politeness or charm. Sigmas don't see the point in pretending. They value time, both theirs and others. So why waste it dancing around the truth? If they're not into something, they'll say it. If they're into something, they'll say it too. It's straightforward, and that's refreshing. Their directness isn't harsh, though. It's not like they're out here being rude for the sake of it. It's more about clarity. People might initially be caught off guard, but deep down, they appreciate it because they know exactly where they stand with a Sigma male. There's no confusion or second guessing. What's funny is that while simps are often left in the friend zone or stuck wondering where they stand, the Sigma's brutal honesty cuts through all that. It's a take it or leave it approach that actually works in their favor. People respect the Sigma because they can tell he's not trying to manipulate the situation or say what they want to hear. And because he's so comfortable being himself, it makes others feel comfortable too, whether they admit it or not. In a world full of mixed signals and games, a Sigma's honesty is a breath of fresh air. At number 4, mastery over the art of not caring. Sigma males have mastered the art of not caring, and that's what sets them apart from everyone else. While most people are worried about how they're perceived, constantly overthinking what others might think, Sigmas have hit the off switch on that part of their brain. They're not here to impress anyone, and that's exactly why they end up standing out. It's ironic, but when you stop caring so much about what others think, people suddenly start noticing you more. This doesn't mean they're cold or indifferent to the world around them. It just means they don't let other people's opinions dictate their actions. If someone doesn't like them, well, that's not their problem. Sigma males understand that no matter what you do, there will always be someone who doesn't vibe with it. So why bother stressing about it? Their ability to detach from the trivial stuff is actually their secret weapon. It gives them a calm confidence that people find magnetic. While others are flustered, trying to fit in or seek approval, the Sigma male just goes about his life doing his thing. And funny enough, not caring is probably one of the most attractive qualities anyone can have. Number 5. Invest in themselves first. Sigma males understand one fundamental truth: the best investment is in themselves. While others may pour their time, energy, and resources into pleasing others, particularly in romantic pursuits, Sigma males know that true fulfillment and success come from prioritizing their personal growth. They aren't interested in impressing anyone but themselves, and that mindset is what sets them apart. Instead of chasing validation or trying to win someone's favor, Sigma males focus on leveling up. They dedicate themselves to sharpening their skills, broadening their knowledge, and enhancing their emotional intelligence. This doesn't just make them more self-sufficient, it makes them naturally attractive. People are drawn to those who are constantly improving and evolving, and Sigma males do this without even trying to be noticed. The irony? While Simps are busy seeking approval and trying to be everything for everyone, the Sigma's self-focus makes him stand out even more. This personal investment also means that Sigma males aren't reliant on anyone else for their happiness or sense of self-worth. They don't seek external validation, because they've already built an internal reservoir of confidence. When they engage with others, whether in relationships, friendships, or business, it's from a place of abundance, not need. This is what makes them so different from Simps, who often operate from a scarcity mindset, hoping for scraps of affection or approval. Sigma males understand that when you invest in yourself first, everything else falls into place naturally. Relationships become healthier, opportunities come without force, and self-respect is solidified. It's not selfish, it's smart. They know that to lead an extraordinary life, you have to start by building an extraordinary version of yourself. Number 6. Their silence commands respect, not pity. Sigma males know the power of silence. When they walk into a room, they don't feel the need to fill the air with chatter or try to impress anyone. Their silence speaks volumes, commanding respect without even lifting a finger. While some people can't stand quiet moments and feel they need to prove themselves by talking non-stop, Sigma males know that less is more. They don't need to shout to be heard. People naturally pay attention to someone who isn't desperately seeking it. Simps, on the other hand, often mistake attention for value. They'll bend over backward, offering compliments, gifts, or endless texts in the hope of getting noticed or appreciated. But here's the catch. When you overdo it, it comes off as needy. Sigma males don't bother with any of that. They aren't seeking pity, attention, or even acknowledgement. Their quiet confidence comes from knowing their own worth. They're like that person in a meeting who barely says a word, but when they finally do speak, everyone listens because they know it's going to matter. There's something powerful about being selective with your words. Sigma males understand that if you're always talking, eventually people stop listening. Their silence, on the other hand, creates an aura of mystery. People can't help but wonder what's going on in his head. And when they do speak, they drop insights like it's no big deal. leaving everyone else playing catch-up. At the end of the day, it's not about being silent just to look cool. Sigma males simply don't waste time or energy trying to impress. Their respect doesn't come from trying to be seen. It comes from being secure enough to know they don't need to be. Less drama, fewer words, and a lot more impact. Number 7. Mastery over emotions, not submission to them. Sigma males are known for their emotional control. Unlike simps, who often let their feelings dictate their actions, Sigma males have mastered the art of managing their emotions. This doesn't mean they're emotionless. They feel things deeply but don't allow those feelings to control their decisions. They have a clear sense of what they want, and they don't let temporary emotional highs or lows sway them from their path. Simps, on the other hand, tend to get caught up in emotional entanglements. They may act impulsively, driven by the need for affection or approval, often losing themselves in the process. Their emotional dependency leads them to make choices that aren't in their best interest, and they become easy prey for manipulation, whether in romantic relationships or other areas of life. Sigma males, however, operate from a place of emotional stability. They recognize their emotions but don't allow them to cloud their judgment. If they feel anger, sadness, or even love, they take a step back to evaluate the situation with a level head. This emotional discipline gives them control over their lives in a way that simps often lack. They aren't easily fooled by games or manipulation because their decisions are based on logic and self-awareness, not fleeting emotions. This emotional mastery is what allows Sigma males to stay calm under pressure, make rational choices, and maintain a sense of independence. They know that emotions are a part of life, but they refuse to be controlled by them. Instead, they harness their feelings, using them as tools for growth, rather than letting them dictate their path. It's this level of control that keeps Sigma males free from emotional manipulation, giving them power over their lives in ways others envy. Number 8. Their value is internal, nor based on perception. Sigma males are grounded in an unshakable sense of self-worth that comes from within. They don't rely on how others see them, and their confidence isn't built on external validation. While simps often chase approval, especially from women, by trying to fit into someone else's expectations, Sigma males couldn't care less about living up to others' standards. Their value isn't tied to compliments, attention, or the opinions of those around them. It's an internal foundation that they've built through self-awareness and personal growth. For simps, self-worth is often a fragile thing. They feel validated when they're noticed, appreciated, or liked, and when that external validation is missing, their confidence takes a hit. They might go out of their way to please others, hoping to earn some sense of importance, whether it's through flattery, over-the-top gestures, or self-sacrifice. The problem with this approach is that it makes them dependent on what others think of them, making their self-esteem vulnerable and easy to shake. Sigma males, on the other hand, know their value comes from who they are, not how they're perceived. They don't need to bend over backward to gain anyone's favor because they already know their worth. This kind of internal validation makes them resilient. They're not easily swayed by criticism or rejection, and they don't crave attention or approval to feel whole. Because Sigma males don't rely on others to define them, they have a quiet confidence that stands out. They can walk away from situations or relationships that don't serve them, because their sense of self isn't tied to anyone else's perception. They move through life with the security of knowing their value comes from within, and that makes them unshakable in the face of whatever life throws their way. Number 9. They don't buy into the scarcity mindset. Sigma males live with a mindset of abundance, which sets them worlds apart from simps who often operate in a state of fear, specifically the fear of losing out. Simps tend to believe there's a shortage of opportunities, whether in relationships, career, or life in general. They behave like it's their last chance to win someone's affection, leading them to bend over backward, acting subserviently, and sometimes outright desperately, just to keep the door from slamming shut. It's like they think love is on Black Friday special, and if they don't snatch it up, it'll be gone forever. Sigma males, on the other hand, don't buy into this idea of scarcity. They aren't scrambling to lock down opportunities or relationships because they know the truth. There's always more where that came from. They understand that life is full of possibilities and they don't need to force anything. They know that what's meant for them will find them, and they're smart enough to wait for things that align with their values and goals. This abundance mindset frees them from acting out of fear or desperation. While simps may obsess over a single relationship as if it's their only shot at happiness, Sigma males don't fall into that trap. They have a calm assurance that there will always be more options, whether that's in love, career, or friendships. They don't chase after anything because they understand that the things meant for them don't need to be hunted down or clung to. They naturally attract what they deserve. So while simps are busy groveling to hold on to what little they think they have, Sigma males kick back, knowing the world is full of opportunities, and there's no need to sweat over one missed chance. There's always another, better one around the corner. Number 10. They understand the power of non-attachment. Sigma males grasp the profound concept of non-attachment. They aren't desperate to hold on to anything, whether it's a relationship, a social status, or material possessions. They understand that clinging tightly to something only creates dependency, and dependency leads to a loss of control. By embracing non-attachment, Sigma males unlock a sense of freedom that most people never experience. It's not that they don't care about things, it's that they don't need them to define their worth or happiness. Simps, on the other hand, often live in fear of loss. They cling to relationships, hoping that by holding on tightly, they'll secure the affection or validation they crave. This creates a cycle of dependence where they become emotionally or mentally tied to things outside of themselves. The problem with this approach is that it places their happiness in someone else's hands, leaving them vulnerable to disappointment or rejection. Simps chase what they fear losing, often losing themselves in the process. Sigma males move differently. They're fully aware that people and things come and go, and they're okay with that. They aren't afraid to walk away from situations or relationships that don't serve them because they don't base their self-worth on external factors. This non-attachment gives them a quiet confidence that's incredibly powerful. They aren't rattled by the thought of losing something because they know they'll be just fine regardless. Non-attachment doesn't mean indifference, it means freedom. Sigma males can engage deeply with life without becoming imprisoned by it. They aren't weighed down by the fear of losing what they have because they understand that true strength comes from within. By letting go of the need to control outcomes, they maintain control over the only thing that truly matters, themselves. The Sigma male's strength lies in his quiet independence and unshakable sense of self. He doesn't chase validation, doesn't cling to approval, and certainly doesn't let his emotions dictate his actions. Unlike simps, who often bend to external pressures in a desperate search for acceptance, the Sigma moves through life with confidence, knowing that his value isn't determined by anyone but himself. By embracing non-attachment, mastering his emotions, and rejecting the scarcity mindset, the Sigma male maintains complete control over his life. He isn't afraid of losing because he knows that what's truly meant for him will align naturally. His power doesn't come from loud displays or desperate efforts. It comes from his internal stability, his ability to invest in himself, and his refusal to submit to the expectations of others. At the end of the day, Sigma males don't need to play games, beg for attention, or rely on anyone's approval. They trust in their own path, knowing that true strength comes from within. And that's why they'll never be mistaken for simps. If you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who values quality insights and no-nonsense truths. So, why not keep that momentum going? Hit that subscribe button and join a community of people who, like you, are always leveling up. Don't miss out on future content that'll keep you ahead of the curve and in control of your own life. We've got much more to dive into, and trust me, you don't want to be the one playing catch-up.